Right everybody, how's it going? Back again for day 2 of block 2 of our home training program. This session today, Mike, our S&C coach, has put together a lot of jump and land mechanics for us to work on, and then building on a bit of strength and some core work as well. So I'm going to go through each of the exercises and again give you some progressions and regressions that you can use, so work at a pace that works for you. You're going to need your backpack again. I still have all my books in it from Tuesday's session. I've also got a kettlebell if I just want to change up and put a bit more weight on things, and then water, and then I have a chair here as well. This session does include a lot of single leg work, and so I am in my bare feet this time, but I'm working on carpet, so that means that I'm able to stick the landings. So if you're doing this in your kitchen or on a wooden floor, it's maybe a good idea just to wear shoes to make sure you're not slipping. Definitely wouldn't recommend doing it in a pair of socks where you might be slipping, okay? So once you're ready, just get a look at the program. This is all available on the Netball NI website under the club section for home training, and then also we have all these videos are going to be on our YouTube channel as well. Mike, our S&C coach, is online tonight as well to answer any questions. If you want any more tips or ideas as we go through the session, just fire them up in the comments and he'll be able to answer any of your questions. Okay, other thing is just make sure you do some sort of mobility or stretching or other work just before jumping into this. Again, Mike has put together a mobility program for us, just working on those ankle joints or hip joints to make sure we're as loose and flexible as possible and able to get the most out of the sessions. Again, that's up on our YouTube channel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is our lateral hop and rebound, and then into single leg rotational jumps. Alright, so again, similar to all the rest of our programs, we have 4 groups of exercises, and we're going to work through Group A, and I'll demonstrate each of those exercises. You would do those 4 times each in succession, and then move on to Group B. Alright, so Group A is our lateral hop and rebound hold. So this one is for us whenever we're going to catch a ball and just being able to stick our landings. Alright, so I'm going to work off my left leg first, and what I'm doing is just coming out to the right and then landing back and trying to hold my balance, not putting that right foot on the ground. Again, work within your limits, okay? So just tap and go, and then we're aiming to stick this landing and keep our balance here. So the left leg is the one that's doing all the work at the minute. Right, so pushing off and then landing. Alright, I also have a very flat netball, so you can bring that in as well, just to make it a bit more specific to you. So as I come across, and then I'm just pulling that ball in and helping me get that landing. Right, so catch and go, tap and go. And last one, and pull that in. And you're aiming just to keep yourself landed, balanced, controlled on that one leg. And we're doing 6 of those on the left leg, and then we'll do the same on the right, okay? So, I'll step over this side, tap and go, and tap and go. And you're wanting to hold this here one maybe for about 3 seconds, making sure that you are balanced and controlled before going again. And you're wanting to push off that leg and then balance. You might end up doing some crazy arm dance as you go along, okay? So tap and then bringing in the ball, trying to hold my balance and control it. Tap, bringing in the ball and balance. Last one, tap and balance. Okay, so that's that one. The second exercise in Group A is our single leg rotational jumps. So I'm going to start off working on my right leg to begin with. And we're doing 6 jumps in, we're rotating 90 degrees each time. So just taking hop and land, hop and land, hop and land. And again, we're wanting to make sure that we're balanced and controlled before we hop, and then we're aiming to stick the landing so that if our foot is spread anchored through the ground, soft at the knees, hips stacked over the knees, and then the body just standing upright, nice and tall. And I have 2 more to do on this leg, and then I'll change and do the same on the left. So balance, balance. You'll always find that there's one leg you're better on than the other. Whoops. So get yourself balanced before you move off onto the next one, so that you're nice and controlled. I have 2 more to do on this leg. 1, 2. And then finish. So you're going to do 4 rotations through of that set, excuse me, and then we'll just take a break. So 30 seconds now before we're moving on to the next exercise. And again, you'll really feel your glutes working, your ankle joints will be all fired up. And again, it's just really good for us, especially whenever we're doing so much landing on one leg, for our body to be aware of what it is and how we want to be able to land with control and with balance. Okay, so our second set of exercises are single leg hops and our backpack upright row. So our single leg hops, we've done these ones before. This is where we're working for distance. Okay, so we have 6 each side of this one, of our single leg hops. So I'm just going to get a bit of space, and again, work within whatever space you have. And again, I'm going to start off with my right leg, and I'm trying not to put my left leg down at any time throughout this. So again, just hop, balance, and I want to make sure I'm sticking that landing before I then hop off and go again. And then I'll turn, just come back, balance, keeping the knees soft to then absorb as you land and be nice and stable. So hop around, last one, and control it. And then we'll do the same on the opposite leg. So hopping and landing, and turn. And again, as you get more comfortable with it, more confident with it, you can work on jumping further as you go. Again, just making sure that you're able to control it land. You'll be able to hold this for about 3 seconds before you move off onto the next one. So that's our single leg hops. And then we're going into our backpack upright row. So get your backpack, put as many books into it as you need. And we're going to be doing 15 to 20 reps of our upright row. So from here, just bringing your backpack up underneath your chin, bringing the elbows out, and then slow back down again. So powering up, and then slow back down again. Think about keeping the chest up, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Shoulders should never be up around your ears, keeping them locked down away from your ears. And again, if that's too easy, add in some more books, or grab your kettlebell, or whatever other weight that you have available. And just do 3 more of these. And just stay nice and tall. Your core is engaged to support the movement just happening in the arms. And that's that group of exercises finished. And then you get to take another 30-second break before we move on to group C. And this one is our single leg squat to a chair or to a couch. And then we're working on our backpack thrusters, which we were doing on day 1 of this block as well. Okay, so our single leg squat to a couch or to a chair. This one is good just for challenging us going into that squat position. Again, working on the one leg. So start off with my right, left foot just comes up to hover, and then I'm just trying to sit back into the chair. But I want to control, I want to have a look where I'm coming to. Just want to control my descent down into the chair, and then I'm pressing into that one leg to come back up again. So again, bending at the knee, at the ankle, at the hip to set down, and then lifting back up again. So I'm trying to go as controlled down and not collapsing into that chair. And again, if this is too hard for you at the minute, just grab another couple of books. So it's just a bit higher for you to sit down on. Whoops. Okay, I'll maybe take those ones out of the way. So just coming down and then coming back up again. And if that's too easy for you, then just go and find a sofa or something a wee bit lower that you can sit down on. And then we do the same, exactly the same thing on the other leg. So planting the left foot down, grounding it and lifting the right leg, hands just out for balance and control. And then we're wanting to make sure that our feet, our knees, that our hips are all staying in good alignment as we go down, and then lifting up and really pressing those hips forward as you stand. And we're doing 6 of these, 6 on each leg. Sweet. So that's that one done. And then we're going to our backpack thrusters. Just to check, yes, so we've 10 of these to do. So again, start off with the backpack just tucked underneath our chin, and we're going down into our squat position and then pressing our backpack up overhead. So I want to get my feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Come down and then press up. And come down, press up. We'll do 10 of these. Again, we're really just thinking about exploding out as we lift up and trying to come down as low as we can, and then really using that standing up to help press your backpack up overhead. 2 more. Last one. Done. Okay, so that's our third set of exercises. And then the last one, 2 more to do, is our isometric hold from our lunge position. And that's just really, the muscle is then just staying under tension even though we're not moving. And then we're going to go into some core work, working on our side plank. Okay, so I'm just going to take my rest here. So for the isometric hold, for our single leg squat, we're aiming to accumulate 3 minutes of total time on each leg. Alright, so fair play, if you can hold that 3 minutes all in one go, then happy days. But if you need to take a break, absolutely no problem. Just stand up, shake your legs out, and then go back into the position, and then start counting the time on again. So this is probably one where it's really good to have a bit of music on to sort of distract you from being in this position. Alright, so for our lunge, we're just stepping forward with one leg and then trying to keep the body as upright as possible, just dropping down into that lunge position and start your timer. And we're aiming to hold this one position for 3 minutes. Now you're not going to sit and watch me do this for 3 minutes, you can do this in your own time. Alright, so but whenever you need to take a break, you would just stand up, shake that leg back out again, and then come back into that position. Just dropping back down again, trying to keep the knee 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle here, and then keeping the chest upright. And then once you've finished, you'll then just switch over to the opposite leg. So then I would step forward with my right leg, so I'll just show you from this angle. And again, trying to keep toes, knees, hips all on the line, and exactly the same on this side as well. And just dropping down into that squat position, or lunge position, sorry. And again, if you find this really easy, stick your backpack on your back and then just work up to your 3 minutes. Okay. And then for finally, just to finish off then, we will go into our side plank. I'm just going to move my chair back out of the way here. So for our side plank, We're working again on each side to start off with. We're wanting to hold this for 45 seconds. So come down onto your elbow and hand flat on the floor. And we want to make sure that our elbow is directly underneath our shoulder. It's a really active position for our shoulder, so we want to make sure it's properly supported. And then bend at the knees. So this is our your first option, okay? And then imagine that somebody has a bit of string and they're just pulling your hips straight up in the air. And we're trying to press our hips forward so that there's a straight line from our knee to our hips to our shoulders. And then your head is in line with your spine. So that's too easy. Then we can lengthen this top leg out and we can lift and lower that leg. Again, thinking about keeping the lift from the underside of the body while we're in this position. This arm can be up top, just out of the way as you're lifting and lowering that leg. Alright, your second option then is, if that's easy, comfortable and you've got that, no bother, then we'll lengthen both legs out. And again, similar sort of thing, lifting those hips straight up into the air, and again we're holding this position. Again, if that's easy for you, then we'll hover that top leg off and touch it down again. Right, we want to make sure that we're able to do that without the bottom sagging down, okay? So keep thinking about lifting through the underside of the body. Again, we're holding this for 45 seconds, so having a bit of music is a good idea for this. And then we'll just go and do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, so arm down, elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Keep the shoulders rolled back so that the chest is open. And you can either start with your knees bent and just coming up into that position. Top arm up, just out of the way. And if that's comfortable, then we lift and lower and lift and lower that leg. Your progression then is lengthening those legs out, and again lifting up from the waist, the underside of the waist, then lifting, top arm up, and then we're trying to lift and lower that leg without collapsing at the hips. Okay, so then we're holding that for 45 seconds, and once you finish that, you're then going to go through that group D again another 3 times. So that's essentially the session 2 done of our block 2 this week.